you go. So big waves out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. I love Wednesdays because I get to start my day with you guys. And then this is pretty much bedtime. Everybody kind of makes fun of me that, usually right about 8:30, I'm winding it down for the night. So you're not going to catch me too much later than this on really anything because this is just about bedtime for me. But it's worth staying up to be with you guys tonight because we have a really, really phenomenal Zoom lined up for you. So I've got two ladies that are going to be joining me this evening. And I'm seeing that we got our other guest. I was getting nervous, but we've got her here. So we've got both of our guests here tonight. But the first one that I'm going to bring on, and I'm going to highlight her. So, and just so you know, if you don't like it, you can click view and you can, and I'll throw myself up there too. I don't, sometimes I'm a meanie and I don't include myself. This is a dirty trick. I know it. But guys, this is Mary Kathryn. And if you don't know her yet, well, then you might be either brand new or you've been under a rock because she's making all kinds of waves. Every time I turn around, she rank advances so quickly that it's all, I'm like, what? Like every other minute I feel like she's like, hey, does this mean? It's like, yes, that's what that means. So congratulations on all the success that you're having. And you are just, well, one of the most organized people I know. She's a good cook and she knows how to rock the system of growth. So tell us, if you don't mind, a little bit of your story. So introduce yourself to all of us tonight for those that may not have met you just yet.
Absolutely. So as Andrea said, my name is Mary Kathryn. I've been in the business for 10 weeks as of yesterday. So it's hard to believe. Sometimes I feel like I've been here forever. And then when I look at the numbers, I go, oh, I'm still technically a newbie. So I'm just having too much fun. But I'm from Louisiana and I started on the drops personally, taking them actually a month before I got into the business. And I am just having so much fun building my team and having great success personally on weight loss and health as well. So, in a nutshell,
tell us a little bit, and I'm scrolling. So just so you guys know, if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, it's because I'm not. I'm doing a heavy scroll over here, Mary Kathryn. I know it's here. Okay, I'm going to share my screen really quickly because I think I can. This is a really big part of your story. So can you see yourself on my screen?
oh, heavens to Betsy.
No, I'm sorry. I think this is phenomenal. So guys, I just want you to go stalk Mary Kathryn because she's going to share some tips tonight and she's going to talk a little bit about what's going on in her page. But tell us a little bit about your transformation.
Absolutely. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now you tell us about your transformation and then we'll talk after that.
Okay. So, for one, I took a leap of faith and posted. I'm not a public person where I throw myself out there. So I'm still in shock that I had enough courage to do it, but so very thankful. So many people have reached out to me that are just amazed, not only for me, but so happy that they're not in this alone, that it actually happens to other people. So in 2016, just high level, I had half my thyroid taken out and it was actually 4 times the size it should be. So I was having some serious issues and I was told that the other half could function on its own. So I wasn't put on any medication. Fast forward to 2018, 2019, I started steadily gaining weight. I was lethargic, having migraines, all those quote unquote normal things that we tend to deal with in life. And over a course of 2 or so years, I ended up gaining over 70 pounds and I'd never had any weight issues. So this was all new to me. And I went all through various weight plans and even called to see if I could have surgery. And they said, you don't weigh enough to qualify. And so I was literally trying to figure out every way possible because I was not going to be like that and be miserable for the rest of my life. I did find Bright Line Eating. It helped me. I actually ended up breaking my ankle. It was a pure accident, had surgery, put it on halt in 2021. And then July of 2023, I found the drops, and that was the absolute missing piece to my puzzle, believe it or not. And I have lost now 60 pounds in 3.5 months. I'm feeling fantastic. I actually go back to the endocrinologist the end of November, and I'm so just elated to see what my numbers are already, and I don't even know them yet. So it's been a fantastic journey in such a small amount of time, and I've been able to help so many people, especially because I've been able to experience it personally.
Well, I love it. And congratulations. You look amazing.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I guess I met you in person partially through your transformation. So I can't even picture you like needing to lose weight, because I'm like, you look great. You look fantastic. And so that's kind of fun just to be able to see a little bit of your history that you shared on there. But I know, just like you kind of told us about on here, that there was some fear around sharing the post. So can you kind of walk us through how you got yourself to post it and what made you decide to post it, and then what it's done for your business?
Absolutely. So it's been in the back of my toolbox. I had to go dig for a picture, to believe it or not, because I avoided the camera for those 2-3 years. And as anybody that knows me, they can attest to that, because I would make a big deal. Don't put me in there. There is not going to be any copy and paste, or just leave me out, take pictures of my kids, what have you. So I did find a picture, and I left it in my toolbox because I knew the day would come, and I was actually going to wait until I ended up losing all of my weight, because I'm that determined. I know I will be back down to my true weight. And I do these affirmations every single day. And I happened to have an affirmation, and it basically was telling me to get out of my comfort zone. And, it was time. And so I didn't talk myself out of it. I was like, okay, my 9 o'clock post is coming shortly. I don't have time to talk myself out of it. So just do it. And I posted it, and it has been amazing. I've had people that have reached out to me that I didn't know, or I knew and hadn't spoken to in quite some time, whether they're taking the drops or not, whether they're in the business or not. And so that's very rewarding, especially because even people that I see day to day, when they saw the pictures side by side, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I mean, the transformation is just amazing, and you look so healthy. Um, so it has definitely changed. I definitely believe in faith, and you just have to take that leap of faith and hope that everything works out. And it did. I would highly recommend it to anyone else, because once you throw yourself out there, it ends up relieving a little weight off your shoulders as well. And that's what I've experienced just this week. So it's been great.
Well, congratulations. It's been fun to
Thank you.
watch.
Thank you.
And, I think, well, I had to go, you saw me leave the camera because I had to go get a piece of paper. Because I'm like, I need to make some notes, because I think the biggest thing there, and I don't know if anybody else on here is guilty of this or if it's just me, but like the person that talks me out of stuff the most is me. And there's so many times that I think, oh, I'm gonna, and then I don't, because I talked myself out of it. I let that fear stop me, or I let pride, right? I don't want to put that out there. I don't want to let the world know, whatever it may be. And by being brave and not talking yourself out of it, you blessed a lot of lives. And so, one of the things that you recently did, and this is kind of one of the things that I love about you, is that you're so creative. And if we go to your page, and guys, follow her, because there's a ton of great information on there. But if you go there, it's always something a little bit different. Like, you got more sparkles on your page than anybody else I know. Like, everything's got sparkles on it, and it's like always fun. And like it's there's just a lot of intrigue. And you recently have done a couple things that I'm going to call upping your game, right? Like you're brand new, you're 10 weeks in, you haven't let yourself get distracted by anything, but you're always kind of being creative to grow your business. And so will you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing? I know that there was some videos that you've done that maybe we can get some ideas, some promotions maybe that you've done. You've got an event on the calendar. So just kind of tell us a little bit about what you're doing that maybe we can copy.
Absolutely. So I love making videos. Sometimes I have a little too much fun, and that may not be right up your alley. But again, take that leap of faith because you're doing it for yourself. You end up helping others, but at the end of the day, you're making yourself better by getting out of that comfort zone and by branching out. So what I did is I took a small group of some of my brand partners that were new and still trying to get their feet wet, or maybe they had been selling boxes steadily. And I basically asked them, can I tag you in a post? If I create the video and tag you guys, would you guys be willing for me to tag you? And of course, they were all on board. And I said, what I'm going to do is from October 27th through December 15th, we will put every single person's name in a drawing so that they can get a free box. And it will be announced live on Facebook on December 16th. And I will personally supply that box. So of course, my brand partners are like, absolutely, you're creating the post, you're offering the box, and what's it going to hurt? It's only going to help me. So as a team, we've been pepping each other up, and which I think is just fantastic. And that was Friday, the 27th, that I posted it. And basically, I got a little festive, and it's a 90-second video. And it basically goes from Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas. And then at the end, it basically says, what you could win in this giveaway by just purchasing a box to better you. And so it's engaging in your audience. It's short and sweet. And it basically says, look, like Dr. Crystal has said numerous times, the holidays are only one day. It's okay. Forgive yourself and get back on course. Continue to be consistent with your drops and your water, and everything's going to be okay. And so I make sure to remind the audience about that as well. And since then, we've sold 26 boxes as a team, as this small team. And so I could not be more proud of my team, whether they've sold 1 box, 10 boxes, it doesn't matter. The video, I believe, has about 800 views in just a short amount of time. So who would have thought something so easy has made a difference?
Okay, guys. So I love that. You're brilliant. How fun, first of all. I watched it. I thought it was fun. Like it was a fun video where it kind of overcame, really, when you were doing it, a lot of objections, right? Because if I'm sitting back and I'm like, well, I'm about to go into the holiday season, right? Because it's not a day, right? It's a season. And why bother? Why should I even bother trying to get healthier right now? Because it's that time of year, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, this is one day, this is one day, this is one day. But guess what? You can still meet your goals. So it was very uplifting. It was very overcoming. And I love that you brought your team into it. And guys, think about that. This is something that we all can do. Maybe we don't have 5 people on our team, but maybe you have a buddy, right? Or maybe it's just you. You decide, you know what? I want to run a promotion. All of us could do that because we could say, let's just pretend that I decide to run this promotion. I can start it tomorrow because I'd have to make my video tonight. It might take me a minute. I have to call Mary Kathryn and have her tell me how. But I start it tomorrow, and I could have November 2nd until December 15th, right? That's plenty of time. Anybody that orders a box in that amount of time is going to get their name into the drawing, right? And then on the 16th, live on camera. How fun is that? Like, everybody loves to be involved. Everybody wants something for free. Everybody wants to be a part of something. So all month long, she can be loving on these people, right? If you decided to jump on board, maybe she even lets them participate and they can their people could throw their name in the hat. I don't know, but she can continue to grow it. And worst case scenario is, let's pretend you only sold one box. Well, it only cost you one box, right? And actually half, because if you sold a box at 150 and then you give it away, well, there is $100, right? So, and you got a very excited person. But my guess is that it's probably going to be more like, I mean, they sold 26 boxes in 5 days, right? Is that 5 days?
Mhm.
That's crazy. That doesn't sound bad. Like, who wants to move 26 boxes in 5 days? Anybody? Yeah, Phil and I do. All right, Katrina does too. So I'm like, let's go do it, right? Like, we can all do that. And I just think about, sometimes I can be guilty of this, as I can get a little complacent, where I'm like, I've only sold a couple boxes this week. It must be slow this week. Or maybe I need to be more creative. Maybe I need to reach out to some more people. Maybe I need to, respond and do the ghost message. But I can be creative and I can do more to draw more people to me, so I can move more people around the bases. So lastly, tell me a little bit about this. I hear we're going to Louisiana. So what's
Yes.
happening? What are we doing out there?
Yes. So again, I took that leap of faith and scheduled a Super Saturday. So there's no turning back. We're still lining up all the speakers, but it will be January 13th on a Saturday here in North Louisiana. And I'm looking so forward to it. We had to work around soccer schedules and basketball schedules, but at the end of the day, we make it happen. So I'm super excited about that. That will be my first event to host myself. So looking forward
love
to
it. Love it. I mean, we've got people here. Well, just great work. We're super excited
Thank
for you.
you.
And you're doing some amazing things, and can't wait for the road trip. I think it's a drive. So can't wait to head your way. So thank you so much, lady. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys. So we're going to bring on my next guest. So let me see here. Oh, well, I don't know what I did. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'll add me back. I think am I on here with you, lady? Okay, now I am. So, all right. I don't know what I did, but that was magical. I deleted everybody and anyway. Well, guys, this is Cynthia Bolden. So everybody say hello to Cynthia. Cynthia, say hello to the group. Thank you so much for jumping on here with me this evening.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Great to see you. It's been a long time, no chit chat. It's been like minutes.
Right.
Always great to talk to you. And I'm so excited to have you on here tonight. And guys, if you don't know Cynthia, you really should. She is a phenomenal wealth of information. So she actually has a nutrition and wellness background spanning truly decades, 18 years, 19 years. How long have you had your storefront?
In Oxford, but
18,
it's about 31 years now.
Okay, 31 years, and she looks 31. So that's pretty impressive. She started in the cradle and she's been bringing health to people for quite some time, and just so grateful to be partnered up with her. So Cynthia, thank you so much. And if you wouldn't mind just kicking us off with a little intro and share your story with us tonight.
Okay. Hello to everyone. And thanks, Andrea, for having me. I think the computer is moving. Hold on just a second. There we go. Hey, everyone. I'm Cynthia Bolden. I'm here in Oxford, Mississippi, and I've been in the health and wellness business for about 31 years. I was just trying to think. My story is changing all the time, especially my intro. So I'm just going to say this. I was introduced to the Limu product years ago. I was a consumer, enjoyed the product, and then years later was introduced to the business side, which I had never taken interest in. Just never had interest in it. And then what interested me most, and I'll say this, and all of you know the guy I'm getting ready to talk about, what interested me, I met Brent Palmer, and just presentation and the way Brent does what he do. So from that day to this day, let's see, I've been rocking and rolling through Limu, and then of course now Partner Co. So that's and my interest in doing all of it is that you use the term a lot of times, you want to help people, but I adore natural health, good products, I love the study of the body, and I feel very fortunate to be in a position where we have such great products and an opportunity to share with so many people the thing that I was already doing. So that's a little about me. Oh, and I have to say, it's me and my husband, James. I always throw a plug out for James.
Well, we love James. James is awesome. So thank you for throwing that out there. And I love your story. And I'm so grateful that you decided to jump on board on the business side. And I got a text from you today. I think it was today that you shared with Coach and I. Gosh, was that today? You shared some numbers with us, and you don't need to share the exact numbers if you don't want to. If you do want to, go for it. But you shared some pretty exciting information about your business, about kind of some revenue that you hadn't realized.
Right. That's true.
What happened with your business. So we kind of talked for a second, and you said you had a little story you wanted to share around that, maybe instead of the numbers. So you want to kick us off?
No, it wasn't that. I'll tell you exactly what it was. It's Wednesday night. It's hump time. So my thing is, I think this is a great call. I think when it's hump night, I think you should have a little fun. So I just wanted to be creative with the numbers. So actually, Andrea, the text was sent this morning early.
Okay.
And the text counter went this way. Oh, well, I'm gonna paraphrase because I don't even see it right now. So I'm gonna paraphrase. Oh man, I should have had it pulled up. I was doing some numbers. It's end of month for me. And in my business, my day business in the store, next month is end year for me. So I was just looking back from July, my first 10-pack order from July I think it was July 17th to October 30th. So I said, let me just calculate. I mean, it's not, I'm sitting over here not knowing what I have. I really don't want people to think that I'm not keeping up with income, but I just wanted to get it to the penny. And it did surprise me. So I want to just have a little fun and show you exactly what I could have done if I wanted to with what has happened in income from July 17th to October 30th. So listen to this. According to the U.S. News and World Report, I could have bought a 2023 Toyota Corolla brand new for what I've made in 3 months. And this was another good one. Listen, I have the whole sheet of everything I could have bought with.
Love it.
So listen to this. If I wanted to, I could have purchased a 2024 Honda HRV for exactly what I made in Partner Co. over the past 3 months. These are new cars now, 2024. So when you look at it that way, it's not a problem about them saying the money, but when you say what it has afforded you to do, I could have done that, but instead, what did I do? I was able to take my mom on a birthday trip with my sister, just a girls' trip. I was able to go to any restaurant I wanted to without thinking twice about it. I was able to say, my mom said, well, are we going to eat here again? You sure we could go somewhere else? No, we're going to stay in the hotel. We're going to have room service. We're going to have girl talk and wear our favorite pajamas because we ordered them. And, just those things that before it would have been just everything pencil and paper. So those are the kind of things to see my mom's face. You know what I mean? To see her face and she just kind of looking and sitting back and it's like, okay, mom, it's all on me. So those were the things. If I had not looked at those totals or looked at it from month to month, what selling drops would do, and then to add in the compensation plan, because it all went together. It's like, what's so fascinating to me about it is to be able to put smiles on your face and your family's face. But look how many people got helped because you did open your mouth. That's always going to be a sign. That's always going to make my heart smile. People, you couldn't have it if people was not getting help. So I said all that to say, so to give you an idea of what those cars cost, they're anywhere from $24,000 to $26,000. So I just thought it was neat to kind of share like that.
Well, you got me in the feelings, so I think that's powerful. Like, who wouldn't?
You good.
Who wouldn't want to bring their mama on a dream trip?
Yeah.
Right? What a gift. And oh my gosh, watching the video of your mom dancing in I think it was the music
Yeah.
museum. You're like, I'm listening to gospel. My mom's over there
Yeah.
listening to some rap or something.
Yeah.
Hip hop. I don't know.
Yeah, they in the hip hop, and I told everybody I'm in the gospel section while they doing the hip hop dance. Yeah.
I love it. And what a gift, guys. What a gift to be able to provide for your people. And, I think this might actually be a Dave Vance quote. Well, you're getting credit, Dave, even if it's not yours, but dig your well before you're thirsty. Maybe that's a Jim Rohn. I don't know who says it, but Dave, you're getting credit tonight. But I just think about how many times have we had people in our life that were thirsty. Maybe they were thirsty for health. Maybe they had a financial need, or maybe we were thirsty, but we didn't dig that well. And that's what you're doing, Cynthia. You've been digging since July. You've created something really amazing, and you were able to bless your family with forever memories because, none of our mamas are getting any younger. So just that's just such a gift. So hold on a second. Okay. So with that, guys, and Cynthia, I'm going to come back to you, but I just want to talk about something really quickly because I heard this weekend and you talked about it. You're like, don't think I'm not keeping track of where my money is. I know what's coming in, but this is something that I actually heard a few times at the Super Saturday on Saturday, was I've made X, but I don't know where it is. I haven't seen it. And what I'm hearing is that a lot of people are selling these boxes and they're making money, but they're collecting that money in a couple different places and they're grabbing it in cash. Sorry, Katina just got me too. So anyway, they're taking it in Venmo, they're getting it in Zelle, and they're getting this money in these different places and they're not keeping track. And so they're not seeing the profit. Or even worse, their husband's seeing the credit card bill and the money's not on the other side, right? Because the shoe store was calling. I don't know, that'd be where I'd get guilty this over here. So I'm going to just give a little bit of advice here. And I'm not any of your parents, so you don't have to take it, but I would recommend if you guys are selling drops, okay, and I'm guessing most of us are, if you're moving boxes through your home and outside of the comp plan, please put that money somewhere separate so that you can see it. At the very least, grab a piece of paper and just jot down every dollar that you're bringing so that you can see it, because it is really easy to have it just be absorbed into the household, right? It's kind of one of those things. You get a raise at work and all of a sudden, like, your bills go up, or you plan a little something, or you do a little something, and it just disappears. Don't let this money disappear on you, because it is money that, Cynthia could have gotten some new cars. She could have done some really amazing things, and she did, but she also could have just let her household absorb all of that and never seen it. And you could turn around and go, huh, right? So make sure you're paying off that credit card when you order the drops, and then put the money somewhere so that you know where it's at. So that could be really, really powerful for your household, for your marriage. I don't know, but just make sure that you're keeping a hold of that. And that's quite a lot of boxes that were moved through Cynthia's business. And again, that's a lot of people getting healthier, and a lot of people that now Cynthia's working on moving them around the bases and getting them into the business. So if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about the game plan that you and I have been doing. It's been so fun. Just so you guys know, I'm having a lot of fun. I get to play along. But tell us what we've been doing and what that's creating for your organization right now.
Man, this is so much fun. I thought I was already having fun, but I'm really having fun now. So thankful to the team. Man, I've always heard about, teamwork makes the dream work, but I'm really experiencing that and I'm so enjoying it. So when I started looking at the boxes, and Andrea said something to me a long time ago about somebody can say something and somebody else can say the same thing, but it's the continuation of saying it and you get it. And so I'm thinking to myself, what blessed me the most was before we got started, like when we kept hearing about the conversion, I wanted so bad for the team. I wasn't even thinking about me. I wanted it so bad for the team, for the conversion. So, residual would come and those 2-year plans would come to fruition, 3 years. And then it just kind of dawned on me. And then coach always says, you have to do it, you don't want to just be telling somebody else what to do. You want to be doing it. So I was kind of like, you know what? In a sense, I think I was kind of like, not out of a frustration, but just out of a freedom. I just kind of see it bumping. Everybody, and I meant it in a good way, everybody else is doing it. Those IPA calls in the morning are really a game changer for those that's on them or can be on them from 9:15 to about 9:45, hearing it over and over and over. So I reached out to Coach and Andrea, and I was kind of like, okay, if you were me, what would you do? In the sense of all of these boxes are moved. So now we keep saying boxes. It's hard for me to say boxes now because I'm saying person. When I see a slenderized box, it happened today. I sold 2 today. And the whole time I was selling it, all I could think about was this box is a person. But not only was this box a person, this box is a community. Because if that conversion process, that can equal a community, because I don't know what they're going to say, 2 weeks from now, a week or so, when we, of course, I want them to say yes, 4-pack and join the business. But the point is, I just don't see it as a box anymore. I see it as a person, and now I see it as a community because of what they can do. So basically, Coach, you've heard him say it, 5 people a day. I don't know exactly. I know it's 5. That's what I've been doing, but I forgot the other end of why 5. But 5 was a good place to reach out to people. So what I already had them in my pipeline. It's not like I had to go look for them. It's not like I got to go knock on my neighbor's door. I don't have to go and kind of like hope I see a certain person at Kroger tonight. I don't have to do that. They already like the drops. They already have having those wins, and a light bulb just went off. It's kind of like a ceiling fan. You know how the ceiling fan, the light, I'm looking at one now, it's kind of like when one of the bulbs are out, it's still a ceiling fan, but the light is still not as bright. So I was doing the work, but I didn't have like all my 4 bulbs on, like my 4 lights. That's what I like to say. It's like it just clicked. Wait a minute. You have people. So let's talk about the fear part. Nobody really wants to admit that they're fearful on certain things anyway. But the fear wasn't like I felt scared. The fear, I really don't even know what to tell you about it other than I don't even know. It was more like, and some people could say is a rejection or you're worried about somebody saying no. My thing is I wanted people to really get what was really being said. But then I got to thinking, is that really my responsibility? My responsibility is to set the appointment and call Andrea. I mean, that's kind of how this has been going. Setting appointments has been so much fun because it's like, hey, what are you doing? Da da da. You're having a win. Hey, I want to celebrate your win with a girlfriend of mine. Wait till she hears your story. You know what I mean? And they kind of like, okay. Not one time in 2 days has anybody asked me since we've been doing this. Nobody said, well, I mean, they was like, okay. So what happens when you keep hearing, okay, your confidence, the belief, and now you super excited. You was already excited, but super excited. Now and booking an appointment and really going from people. Tomorrow we meeting with a guy. Coach helped me with. Well, guess what? From a customer to a brand partner. And it's just been fun to see that because it's kind of like I'll listen to Andrea do the presentation. That's where I used to be stuck. Like they know me as Cynthia. They don't know me as the expert. even though I'm thinking I'm the expert in so many things, but they don't know me as the expert. You bring Andrea on or whoever, I'm just using Andrea because that's who I'm working with. It's kind of like, it feels kind of good to kind of sit in the other chair, shoulders relaxed. Now you kind of looking like, and one or two people, I know I mentioned this about the business, but when Andrea did it, all of a sudden the interest was different. I was like, okay, this really is a system, but this is really a system that works. So that's the conversion. And I know it sounds so easy to say, I'm just doing the play. No, I am taking my time step by step. That's what I've learned is step by step. Step one, have you mastered it? If not, that's okay. Rinse and repeat. Then step two, what I was doing was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was getting a little lost in my head a little bit, kind of getting in my way. And so when a little frustration or something may try to come, it was more like, okay, instead of dealing with, okay, checkbox, did you have step 1 down, step 2, pull back and see what's missing. And that's when I reached out to Coach and Andrea. And so from here on, it's been a lot of fun and a bit different.
It has been so much fun. And guys, I'm going to back up a little bit. So if you're like, wait, what are y'all doing? Because this is so key. So just know Cynthia's moving the boxes just like we are. So she's putting them up, she's posting on her social media, just like we are. When they comment, she's using boards and responding just like we are. Like she's doing all the stuff that we are. Okay. So we've got people and they're in the process of using the drops. Okay. So these are customers of hers and she's loving on them. Okay. So first she's posting, then she's selling the boxes, and then she's loving. Okay. So they're on the drops and she's like, all right, tell me how are these drops treating you? How are things going? Tell me what's going on with you. And they're like, oh, I lost 4 pounds. I lost 10 pounds, whatever it is, right? I've got more energy. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I've got to brag on you. Hold on a second. I'm going to grab my girlfriend on the phone because she's going to want to hear your story. Mm-hmm. And then she 3-ways us in together. And she's so fun. Like it makes it fun. And so that's going to be my biggest clue that I've gotten from her is she's like, Andrea, you got to hear this. And so then it always makes me laugh because it's fun. So I get on the phone and I am laughing and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I have to hear? And she's like, Mr. Smith. And it's cute because she will call him like Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith lost 10 pounds on these drops. You got to hear it. You got to hear it. And then they're excited to tell me their story because I'm cheerful and she's cheerful. And I'm like, oh my gosh, tell me, Mr. Smith, tell me all about it. And literally they share their story with me. So we connect, right? Mm-hmm. We're creating a connection right there. And I think so much is created in these calls and these Zooms, but it all comes down to that connection. And I think sometimes I can be busy, please forgive me. And I forget that, oh, I'm connecting with this human. It has nothing to do with anything else. Let's just connect. And so we connect on the phone. And then I'm like, well, listen, you're probably going to want some more of these drops before too long, aren't you? And they're like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, okay, listen, tomorrow, or the next couple of days, when can you jump on a Zoom with me for like 10 minutes so I can share what your options are to get them next time? Either a little bit cheaper, or possibly even for free. And everybody books it. Everybody books the appointment. And then we get on. Cynthia hasn't been on all of them because she's busy. She works, she runs a storefront, she's doing other things. So the schedule doesn't always line up. But guess what? I've already connected with them. They know me. I know them. So we can get on the Zoom together. So we jump on and I'm like, oh my gosh, so you lost 10 pounds. How are you feeling? So I brag on them again. And I make sure that I do that. And I do a silly little dance because that's who I am. But we have fun. And then I'm like, okay, I fly through this really quickly. I just want to show you this presentation. And I walk them through the slideshow. And just so you guys know, on the Boards app, the one with the star. So there's a couple of different versions out there. If you've got the one with the star, you have a PowerPoint presentation in there that's been updated. It's super short. And so you could be doing this on your phone anywhere, like you don't have to download anything, like it's already on your boards. But I fly through it with them really, really quickly. And then I give them their options. Keep buying them for Cynthia. You know, you can continue to buy retail. She is getting you a crazy deal, just so you know. And I tell them, if you went to our website, it'd be $176 plus tax, plus $11.50 shipping. So, you know, it's pretty pricey. So she's getting you a smoking deal. So you can continue to do that. Or you have the ability to get started with us. It's $29.95. That would allow you to be in our system. It actually opens up your storefront. So if you wanted to, you could have access to all of our, 100 other products as well at up to a 30% discount. And then the next option is to get yours for free. When you were looking at all those pictures, if you thought of 3 people that you know, like if anybody reminded you of anybody in your social circle that you think could use the drops, well, then you could order yourself actually a 4-pack. You keep one, you sell those other 3, and that's going to pay for yours. It'll be free. And they're all like, everybody that we've talked to is like, oh, well, that makes sense. Now, they didn't all do it right then. Like one gentleman's like, I'm in the middle of a transition right now. But I think maybe by next week, maybe the week after, I'll be ready to get started. So we'll see what happens, but they're all excited for the options. There's no pressure. There's no pushy. Like I'm just showing them, keep doing what you're doing. We're happy. You're happy. Or you can step in with us. You have access to everything and you can get up to a 30% discount, or play with us. Like, let's turn your social media into a profit center and we'll work together to do that. And it's been so much fun. So Cynthia, great work with that.
Thank you.
So
Andrea, but Mr. Smith did come to the store. He was really excited. And that's what's exciting me. Andrea keep talking about me, but for her, those options, I think it's a good note to let everybody know in case there was a fear sometimes of, oh, what they're going to say about the 4-pack or what. See, it's never done like that, because once they get the options, Mr. Smith came by my store today. He said, hey, Andrea's pretty cool. I'm joining you. But 3 weeks ago, he wasn't joining me. You know what I mean? And then the last coolest thing about all that, one more person, the lady we talked to, Angel, she's never met Andrea. She was telling Andrea about how she went to the store and bought some new pants, but they didn't fit. Now that they fit, I mean, and it's so much fun because the excitement is so real. And just talking to her to follow up today, she just told me, I can't wait to talk to Andrea again. I put on another pair of pants. So that's just a lot of fun. So I just think keeping it fun and getting the help you need to.
Yeah, that's huge.
Sure has changed me.
That is huge. Well, Cynthia, thank you. Thank you so much. And guys, I'm going to give you just a couple of little clues and then we're going to jump on here because I know it's getting late, but I'm going to say one of the clues is right here, and that's get a running mate. Like I couldn't do this without Cynthia, and Cynthia couldn't do this without me. And anybody can be in these boxes right here, but find somebody that's willing to go back and forth and do that with you, because it makes it more fun. Like I'm celebrating Cynthia in the morning. I'm getting texts from her throughout the day. We're doing like virtual high fives. We're having fun. Find somebody to play with, right? Like, let's go play and call it a business. Have a good time. And then the last thing I'm going to say, and this is something that I heard from Brittany a couple of Saturdays ago. So Brittany Lunsford was talking about this, and I was in all these boosting groups on Facebook, like Messenger and all of that. And I was getting lost in all these messages. I didn't understand what it was for. And then I heard her. And so HEARD, it sounded like I said HURT. I did not hurt Brittany. I heard Brittany. And she said that one of the key things on like Facebook is that we need to boost our posts. And so in the first 10 minutes, if you can get 10 comments on your post, it will skyrocket it. Okay, it's going to skyrocket that post. Facebook is going to say, this is a great post. Everybody needs to see it. But how many of us have posted a post and it's crickets? I know I have. Like, I'm like, somebody love me. Somebody. Well, guess what? We can ask for some love. We can ask for love. So what I'm going to suggest for all of you, and I will help as many as I can, so feel free to throw me in that text group, but pick 5 people. So you and 4 others that are running the system of growth. I don't care if they're related, you know, in your business, whatever, but try to find 5 people that will play with you on this on social media and go love on each other's posts. So at 9 a.m., just know that you're going to text each other or make it on Facebook. I don't know, however you want to do it, but go throw some messages. I made my 9 a.m. post. If you do it early or you do it late, well, you text them when you do it. And then everybody that's in that group has committed to you to go on to your social media, and they're going to put a heart or a wow, but some kind of reaction, not a like. Likes are no good. We're going to love it, right? They're going to throw a heart on it, and then they're going to comment. Oh my gosh, Daryl, you look amazing. Heart eyes, heart eyes, heart eyes, right? And then if this is Daryl's post, he's going to go put a heart on my comment and he's going to respond back. Guess what? Now he's got 2 of those 10 comments on his post. But if everybody on that group that you have, those 5 people, right? If you all do that for each other, then you're all going to end up with 10 comments on your post. Half will be your responses to them. Half will be their comments, right? Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. But today was the first day that I really played with that. And I've already seen a benefit. And it's like, gosh, there's so many of us. Like right here, we've got, you know, roughly 40 of us on here. 40 posts to comment on is kind of a lot. I don't want to do that full time. I don't want to be a full-time Facebooker. But if we broke that up into groups of 5, that's not a big burden on any of us. We can go and just love on each other and boost each other's posts. And I just think that that is so powerful. And it's a way that we can help support each other and boost our own at the same time. So just wanted to end with that. I heard that from her, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and it didn't really sink in until probably this week. But just like Cynthia said, sometimes you got to hear it a couple of times. But I just wanted to share that with all of us because I want everybody to win. I just want to be, you know, walk across and be like, oh my goodness, congratulations, 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 because we all can here. So that was what I had to bring to you guys this evening. Mary Kathryn, thank you so much. Cynthia, thank you so much. And guys, thank you for tuning in, spending your Wednesday evening with us. Always love it. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow morning on the Coach's Corner and then right back here next week. So thank you all, and you have a beautiful evening. So thank you guys. Have a great night.
Okay.